What up, everyone? Franchise History TV back again with another video, and this time with a review. Um, it's been kind of slow lately, but disclaimer: I'm probably gonna do more of these reviews as October gets closer. For anybody new to my channel, usually for the month of October, I usually just do horror reviews. I don't know if I'm gonna do live streams. I don't know, but we shall see. But expect to see more horror film reviews next month. Expect to see a little bit more reviews on this channel just in total in the near future. Kind of leaning on doing more of those. Those are more enjoyable to do. It's just sitting here ranting down the news and what's going on. I think lately it's been kind of slow. But anyways, I'm late to the party on this one, as you can see. I just recently finished watching every season of The Sopranos. Now, when this show was on, when it was running, how old was I? I think the first season was 99, so yeah, I was 9 years old. I remember my parents. Hold up. I remember my parents telling me, go to your room, go to bed on Sunday nights. Now I don't know why. I was watching The Sopranos. And now I don't know why they didn't want a freaking 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old watching any of that, because violent. But anyways, I don't want to make this review too much on Tony Soprano himself, but since he's the main character, and yeah, since he's the main character, there will be a lot about him in this review. I'm not going to try and make this too long because I can probably go on for 20 minutes. But I will have to say this. Out of all the TV shows I have watched all the way through from first season to their last season, I would say this has probably been one of the most enjoyable TV shows. And now I realize why a lot of people who just look on YouTube itself and watch clips from the show, and why a lot of people actually enjoy the show. First things first. Everybody on this show, mainly probably except for the kids maybe, but everybody on the show is a piece of you know what. POS. There ain't no good guys on the show, which I enjoy. Every show does not need somebody who is heroic. Sometimes you need to switch it up a little bit. Most of these people are anything from anti-heroes to just plain out just POSs. But it represents probably, I wouldn't say it totally represents the world, but represents some of the world, some of the way people act. Now these are Tony and his crew are definitely mafia, so yeah, they're not good people. But I'm a rag on Tony. Like for the beginning of the season, you kind of wanted Tony to, like, you could have tried to see him try to redeem himself, try to get out of his asshole type ways. That's what you kind of cheer for in the beginning, and slowly as the seasons progress, it's kind of like, God, this man is not redeemable, and he's asshole. Like in the beginning, I could say that Tony was my favorite character. Then he had the other characters come about, like especially the last two seasons. Like I think and all in general, as my favorite character on the show, it's Phil, played by Frank Vincent. Rest in peace to him. Phil, when he came on the show, was it season 5? I think slowly as season 6 came around, he just took over the show. I don't. It's just some of the stuff he says, and I wouldn't say you feel for the guy. Frank Vincent portrayed Phil Leotardo. Leotard. That had me laughing, but the way he's portrayed, he just has some sort of swagger on him. I just hate, for spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched the Sopranos, I just hate the way that he went out though, because it seemed like towards the end of the season of season 6 when he ordered the hits on the Sopranos family, mob family, not the actual family. It seemed like he just kind of went away. He went into hiding, and then you see him like talking to his I forgot his name. He annoyed the hell out of me when he starts showing up. What's his capo? His underboss when Frank, when not Frank, but when Phil became boss of the family, New York family. I can't think of his name right now. But that was the only time you see he was on the phone, and then they show him at the end with his grandkids, his wife, and he ends up getting shot in the head and his head crushed. And he probably had the most funniest scene in the whole entire series, his death. It just kind of sucks the way he went up. But from most of the season 6, he's just like a perfect antagonist to Tony. Like, in a way, he kind of hoed Tony, punked Tony. It just sucks the way he went out. And I don't know when the series was going on, was the series meant to be funny? Because I laugh a little bit too much at some of the stuff. I don't know if it's just the stuff that you see, like if you watch the clips on YouTube and you just see people joking around in the comments and they made it funny, or just the way it was written. But I was laughing a lot. Just some of the stuff that was said and some of the quotes are said. Like you had Tony having family dinner. I think it was family dinner at Junior's house, or was it Janet's house? And he had the whole Junior saying that he never had the markings of a varsity athlete. That's hilarious. But yeah, I had to say Phil is probably my favorite character. Probably second favorite is Paulie, because just Paulie is just, he's goofy, to say the least. Dangerous, POS, but goofy and funny at the same time. Just the way he goes into the stories that nobody really wants to hear. Then you probably have Tony after that. But yeah, I just really wanted to see Tony kind of redeem himself. Even after he got shot by Junior, you wanted to see him redeem himself. It seemed like he was going that way, but he went back to his old ways later in the season. But how they all, let's say, Sil, Bobby, and them got targeted by Phil. I'm indifferent about that. Like, some of that stuff was kind of Tony's own doing, but you can't fault a man for sticking up for his daughter's honor. Yeah, Meadow was real annoying. But ain't nothing worse than that son of his. AJ, oh my goodness, the last season, gee whiz. But Tony is a cold piece of work. I don't want to get too much on the actual movie, the prequel movie. That would probably be done in another video, but I see where he got that from. It seemed like the only people that he really cared about was that horse, the ducks, Meadow. You could say a character that it wasn't in it, Chrissy's dad. But like I said, I'll talk more about that prequel later on. I do say that his killing of Chris in the later season, I'm indifferent about it. I see why he did it, because he was talking about when he crashed, he couldn't pass the drug test. He was back on the drugs again. But at the same time, it's messed up. Now, Chris Montesanti, I enjoyed this character for the most part in the beginning seasons, but like some of the characters just got annoying as the seasons progressed. Like that last season, some of them just got annoying. But sorry for being all over the place. It's just so much that went on in that series that I'm just trying to think of all 6 seasons. Seemed like the Sopranos was like a pipeline for the Goodfellas. You had a lot of Goodfellas actors in that series. See, I'm going all over the place now. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to cover. But I do say this. Outside of The Sopranos, I wouldn't say it's the perfect example of how the mob works, but you kind of can see how the mob works. I think the mob is now probably not in the forefront when it comes to American crime no more, but they're still out there. But it was nice to see. I don't want to say it's nice to see, but see how the mob works in a sort of way with them. Um, but as far as Michael, not Michael, I'm talking about his son, James Gandolfini, his acting was superb as Tony Soprano. Like, I watched him while I was watching all the seasons. I watched him like in interviews, and you kind of just think of him just being a asshole all the time. But from outside of him being a Tony Soprano, it seemed like he was a decent dude from all the interviews you hear and all that stuff. Sad they had to depart us too early. He was only like 2 years older than my own dad. But he was an amazing actor, to say the least, to say the most. Damn, I don't want to go too much, and I just don't feel like ranting too much. But for the most part, like I said, I enjoyed the show. You didn't have any, like I said, there weren't no freaking good guys in the show. Everybody was just terrible. You probably say the most innocent out of all of them could have been Metal. I'm trying to think of all the seasons. What's probably the worst thing she probably did? Like I said, probably the most innocent out of them was probably the kids. For the most part. Everybody else was just, like I said, if they didn't kill anybody, it's just complete assholes. Asshats. Series. I get a series of 9 out of 10. This is a brilliant series. Like, it came as I wouldn't say it came as a suggestion, but I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he watched all the seasons, and he was telling me, "Oh, you should watch The Sopranos. It's a good show." So I was like, "Hey, I'll give it a go ahead." Realizing that all the seasons are HBO Max, because I don't know what happened from the time it went up until now. Reason why I never watched it, but good series. 9 out of 10. Decent theme song. Awesome theme song. I think it give way for all these other crime shows like Narcos and Ozarks now. But I don't think none of those shows can beat this show. But maybe I have to watch the shows. I haven't watched any of those shows yet, but it's kind of hard to beat that show because it was kind of like first of its kind when it came out. But like I said, Sopranos 9 out of 10, and probably gonna review the Many Saints of Newark next. And let's just say that movie should never been done. But that's my opinion. But tell me what you guys think.